I welcome you all to this new course, which is to learn for the exam Sri Surasaraswathi Sabha Sringeri Prathama Pariksha. Sarvebhyah swagatam vyaharami. Harihi Om Ram 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 Namo Namaha. These are some of the words which we in general use in Sanskritam to greet, to welcome, to offer our respect and salutations to the person in front of us. You will be hearing this more often, but even then I'm telling this so that we all can inculcate these gestures in our day-to-day life. Idanim kanichana vakyani aham samskrita bhashaya vadami punaha angla bhashaya tasya arthamapi vadami. I will tell a few sentences how to introduce yourself in Sanskritam in few lines, and to know what is the name of the other person, etc. Mama nama Raghunandanaha. My name is Raghunandana. Mama nama Raghunandanaha. This is how we will introduce in Sanskritam. And now, if you want to ask a question, what is your name? We have two different ways in which we can ask. One is if it is for a Purusha or a masculine person, then it is Bhavataha Namakim. Just listen to these words and sentences. Don't worry if you are unable to understand the meaning of these sentences in Sanskrit per se, but during the course of this learning, you'll be able to understand them well. Bhavataha Nama Kim. What is your name? If you want to ask a boy or a man, then again the answer will be reciprocated in the same way. Mama Nama Ramaha, Mama Nama Krishnaha, and so on. Now, if you want to ask a woman or a girl, then you can use Bhavatyaha Nama Kim. Bhavatyaha Nama Kim. What is your name? Again, Tadartham, the answer will be Mama Nama Saumya, Mama Nama Sharada, etc. Please remember these words and sentences so that we will hear Samskrita Shabdas, Samskrita words, and by which we will really feel happy to learn and again speak in Sanskritam. Now, a simple yet a very interesting, important question is Sanskritam katham asti? How is Sanskritam? And remember these words again. Sanskritam sulabham asti. Sanskritam is really easy. Sanskritam katham asti? Sanskritam sulabham asti. This is something which we need to keep saying because we love Sanskritam, and because of that affection towards this language, our learning also will become very easy. Most of you would know, you would have heard Samskrita Bhasha, Sarala Bhasha. It is very much scientific in the way the language itself has originated and the words, the forms, etc. And hence, if we know the exact concept, how these words are generated or how these words are being used, it is very simple and easy to elaborate our learning and to use new words and so on. And again, aham avashyam samskritam pathami. I know all of you are really thrilled to learn this Sanskritam, and again through this Prathama course, which is offered by Sringeri Surasaraswathi Sabha. Ataha, I said this, aham samskritam avashyam pathami. I will learn Sanskritam and I want to enter the world of literature, the world of Vedas, the world of science, whatever you would say in Sanskritam. And hence, this would be an apt beginning for this journey. Now, at the beginning of learning anything, we need to ask few questions. For whom is this course designed, or who can learn this particular syllabus and so on? Though learning has no prerequisites or any conditions there, anyone can learn and everyone should learn, but still to make it apt for a certain group of students, I've just put down this information. For students who wish to learn Sanskritam through graded exams conducted by Sri Surasaraswathi Sabha, Sringeri, who have some or basic knowledge of Sanskrit and they want to expand and learn further, and again others who are not really keen in taking up exams but want to sharpen their language skills, want to learn grammar as well as some prose, some poetry, etc., in a systematic or a syllabus oriented way. So this course is for all of you. Now, what are the prerequisites? The first thing, it is really beneficial if you have studied Sanskritam a bit, at least with respect to recognizing the letters, consonants, conjunct consonants, which is Sanyuktaksharani, and their pronunciation, etc. And also to write in Sanskritam. Since we are talking about Prathama, which is actually towards end of this course, most of you would be writing the exam. It is very much needed and required for you to know writing in Sanskritam as well. So the Devanagari Lipi is something which you should know. But don't worry if you have not studied much about it or you want to revise further and so on. We have some of the courses and resources available from Vyoma itself that you can make use of to learn better and to master these basics so that the journey henceforth will be much smoother. So these links are available even in the course page, and also a few apps which are available from Vyoma, which you can also install on your iPhone or your Android phone, and you can learn on the go. Wherever you get some time, you can learn and take some of the test or quiz, etc., and learn further. Now, the objectives of this course is a focused learning of syllabus contained in the textbook prescribed for Prathama, and learn the concepts and lessons thoroughly and become confident to complete the Prathama exam successfully. Now you may ask, what about the certificate? So Surasaraswathi Sabha would award the certificates to the students who will take a Prathama exam and complete it successfully. So for more details about the exam itself, you can visit the Sabha website, which is listed on our course page as well, and the link is available here. Also, towards the end of this course, there will be an assessment, and students who will successfully complete it will also get a certificate, but that certificate will be based on the course name that you have attended. So don't confuse with respect to the Prathama exam certificate and the Vyoma course certificate. So these two are different. So how do I take up the exam? Surasaraswathi Sabha exams are conducted twice a year. This is usually on the last Sunday of August and January. So exams can be taken up at the registered centers of the Sabha. Information about the eligibility rules and the centers, etc., are available on the Sringeri Surasaraswathi Sabha website. For overseas students, you can contact the Sabha through email, and they would guide you how to take up the exam and so on. Now, introducing the textbook for this course, you can see this. This is the textbook which is there, which is available at the Sabha. You can purchase this from the Sabha itself. During this course, I'll be displaying a few pages of the textbook of the portions that I'll be covering in each of the class, and you will be able to note down and take notes from this. Now, the most important thing, I want all of you to pay attention and read these and understand. So your learning will be successful when you attend the classes regularly. That is the key mantra. Please attend the classes regularly without fail. Every class is important, and in every class you will be learning a lot of things. And not just attending the class, but also revising the lessons that has been taught. And revising so regularly is something that is very important. And my request, maintain handwritten notes. So please keep your writing material, book, pen, etc. ready and handy in the class, because during the class also we'll have some writing activity and so on. And once the class is complete, refer back to the notes or the slides and write down the notes in your book. So this is the way through which you will be able to develop or improve your writing skills in Sanskritam. Practice the shabdas, dhatus, stotras, etc. taught in the class regularly. This is something called as parayanam. So whatever is there for the memorization, if we practice it regularly on a daily basis, we will be able to remember it very well. And during the exam, it will not be a tension for us to really just read through and practice again and again during the exam time. We should make it as a habit that it is part and parcel of our life, and we need to practice the stotras, etc. every day. Do the classwork and homework diligently. There will be classwork that you will be doing during the class, and as well as some homework or assignments that I will be giving. And please do this without fail. And in case of any questions or doubts related to the lessons taught in the class, please feel free to ask. You can ask using the question and answer chat box, and I will be able to answer them towards the end of each of the section that I will be teaching. Now, I will try to cover the overview of the textbook, what all lessons we will be learning in this course, and how it is important, what is that we will be learning in this. The first one is Prathana. As you all know, Prathana means a prayer, which we have a few shlokas, close to 7 shlokas, and this portion needs to be memorized. This is a quick brief of the index of our textbook. I'm just trying to cover this so that you will know how exciting this learning journey is and what all portions you will be learning during this course. Next will be the Varnamala Parichayaha. This is an introduction to Sanskrit alphabets, classification of Varnamala, places of origin. Then there are a lot of words in Sanskrit to improve our vocabulary. The names of fruits, flowers, etc. So this is to help us learn a lot of Samskrita Shabdas. Thus, we increase or improve our vocabulary in Sanskritam. Understand the Varnamala in detail and develop Sanskrit pronunciation and reading skills. And the next is the first lesson. The first lesson is about the Pullinga Shabda Parichayaha. Here you learn various masculine gender words and its usage with pronouns. You will start learning to construct simple sentences in Sanskritam. Similarly, the next lesson is Strilinga Shabda Parichayaha, where you will learn feminine gender words along with some of the pronouns, questioning words, and then construct simple sentences in Sanskritam. The next lesson being Napumsakalinga Shabda Parichayaha, where you will learn the neuter gender words and its usage and construct simple sentences. Once we have learned all these, there are a few more pronouns and avyayas that are there. Don't worry about these technical terms if you are unable to follow at this moment. Slowly we will uncover all this and we will learn this, exploring more pronouns and indeclinable words, construct simple to moderate or simple sentences using aham, bhavan, tvam, and so on. The next lesson is Subhashitani. Subhashitani literally means good sayings. Learn a few Subhashitas and explore the meaning by writing the prose order, which we call Anvaya, word by word meaning, Pada-padartha, and Bhavartha. Apply few of the concepts learned already to understand the meaning of the verses, and this portion or Subhashitani has to be memorized, committed to our memory. Next will be Indriyani. This is again a text where you will learn and you will develop reading skills further and understand based on a given paragraph. Reading and understanding simple to moderate sentences is what will be covered in this chapter. The 7th lesson will be science of splitting and joining the words. Learn the rules of important swara sandhis. Sandhi is for example, if you want to say Devalayaha, if you say there are two words, Deva and Alaya, these two words are coming together and it forms one word which becomes Devalaya. So this portion where akara of the first word and akara of the second word merge is called Sandhi. We will learn more in detail during Sandhi lessons. Next is again some prose which is about river. Develop reading skills further, reading and understanding simple to moderate sentences. Aramaha, again about the Arama. Next is Janakasutayoho Sambhashanam, introducing the conversation aspect. How to converse in Sanskritam. There's there are a few characters who speak, and then we'll be able to understand what they are trying to communicate. Because after all, a language is a mean through which you will be able to communicate, and that is what we will have to practice as well. There's another Sambhashanam, Mitrayoho Sambhashanam. Here again, you will be learning through conversation. And next is Tingantam, which is a Kriyapadam. Here we will learn about various verb forms and their usage and develop good usage of verbs. In any sentence in Sanskritam, we will have to have at least one Kriyapadam. So, to what is the best way in which we can use the Kriyapadam, we will be able to learn in this chapter. Similarly, the Shabda Rupani, the noun forms, to construct a sentence, noun is also equally important. Ramaha vanam gacchati. So Ramaha vanam gacchati, if you take a sentence, so Ramaha is the noun word, gacchati is the Kriyapada. Now, to tell it that Rama went to the forest some time ago, we'll have to use a different Kriyapada. Basically, the same dhatu, but a different lakara. Again, I'm using some of these technical terms, but don't worry if you are not able to understand at this moment. Please listen to it so that whenever I will be teaching that, you will be able to connect back with this. Next, we have Sankhya, which is the numbers. How to count in Sanskritam. Ekam, Dve, Trini, etc. We'll learn the number words in Sanskritam and a few objects that are related to these numbers, and learn the usage of numbers in Sanskrit. So these are some things which we'll be learning in Sankhya. And the last is the Anuvada Abhyasaha. Here is where we'll be doing a lot of translation exercises. So we will translate from English to Sanskritam and Sanskritam to English and so on. This will help us to know the meaning of the sentence and exactly give the same meaning in a different language. So this is how we will also improve our composition skills. So this was just an overview of the Prathama textbook that we will be learning in this due course.